coming up on Sports Night.
Football plays its final game by the Lakeside.
And we take a close look at the nation's best field hockey team.
And the women's soccer team took on the state of Michigan.
Griffin, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I got done with my exams. Looking forward to a great weekend in Iowa, but more importantly, I'm on desk with you, man.
It's an absolute honor. Even though I'd rather be here with, Leo, Adam, Brendan, Matt, Braden.
I think we're good. It's time to start the show, Raghav, because it's Sports Night right now. Welcome back to Sports Night. My name is Griffin, Senyek, and I'm joined by Raghav Khosla for what should be an electric show.
We have highlights, we have segments, and we even may have a reader. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. Let's start with some football. Northwestern had a sold-out matchup for the final game at the temporary stadium, Northwestern Medicine Field, taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. The Cats hosted Wisconsin Saturday on the Lakeside. Northwestern looking to build on their success from the previous week against Maryland, while the Badgers attempting to extend a two-game win streak. Kicker Luke Ayers lines up the field goal for 51 yards, but it can't get enough under it. Both sides scoreless through the first quarter, but less than a minute into the second, read option play, quarterback Braden Locke takes it from 8 yards out to put the Badgers up 7-0. Take a look at that celebration. The Cats now trying to respond with a second field goal attempt, but this one is blocked, and things are only going to go from bad to worse as quarterback Jack Lausch, he fumbles it inside Northwestern's own 5-yard line, recovered by Wisconsin. Following this touchdown run, coming up from Cade Iacomelli, Wisconsin enters the half up 14-0. Northwestern needs a spark, and that's exactly what Lausch gives them early in the second half, galloping past the defense for a 29-yard run. But all they can muster is a field goal. Cats still down 2 possessions. Now just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Wisconsin fumbles the ball on their own 44-yard line, recovered by Northwestern's Najee Story, but the offense cannot string a drive together. Braden Locke is able to toss the pigskin to Tucker Ashcraft across the middle to give the Badgers their third touchdown of the day. Wisconsin would force a safety at the start of the fourth quarter, but the game was already decided by then. The Badgers beat the Cats 23-3. After the tough loss, Northwestern will look to rebound against the stingy Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa City on Saturday.
Fresh off a top 10 win against Harvard, field hockey looked to stay undefeated in a pair of matchups against California squads. A beautiful day for field hockey at Lakeside Field as the second-ranked Wildcats look to continue their dominant season at home against Stanford. Northwestern looking to get on the board first. Lauren Wattis receives the pass. Her shot blocked by the goalie, but the sophomore standout Ashley Sessa right there for the rebound. The beautiful backhand there into the net. Northwestern on the board first. Late in the quarter, the Cats on the break. Pass inside the circle, and who else? It's Ashley Sessa once again. Her second goal of the day and her 15th on the year gives the Cats the 2-0 lead. Second quarter action now. Cats driving down the right side of the field. Pass inside goes, and that's a goal for sophomore Piper Boards, her second on the year, and that'll close out the half. Cats up 3-0. Beginning of the third. Pass goes to the top of the circle. Stanford blocks the initial shot, but the follow-up is good from fifth-year Katie Jones to make it 4-0. Later in the quarter, Cats once again on the fast break. They get it inside the circle where Boers finds the top of the goal. It's her second goal of the day. What a day from the sophomore. And to close things out, what's one more? The strike from Maya Zavoinovich is good to put the Cats up 7-0, and that would be the final as Northwestern defeats Stanford.
Now undefeated Northwestern looking to extend their win streak to 15 as they take on UC Davis in Evanston. Off a penalty corner, Lauren Wattis shoots, but it's blocked. Northwestern looking for a lane off the ricochet, but a penalty is called. The Olympian, Ashley Sessa, she waits, she fires, she scores. Top right corner, giving the Cats a 1-0 lead early. The penalty corner goes to Hunter, passes to Hinkie, who shoots, and it's chipped in by Piper Boers for the score. Northwestern goes ahead by 2. It's another corner in the first period. This time it's Hinkie who takes a shot that bounces up and in off the body of the goalkeeper. The Cats rolling up 3-0. Sessa takes this corner ball, goes Veldhuizen. She gives it off to Trump, who slaps it in from deep, and it's another Northwestern goal. Another corner late in the first period. Trump gets the ball, feeds it back to Sessa by the left post, and she knocks it in for her second goal of the game. The Cats' 5 goals this period, a season high. Now in the second, Maddie Zimmer weaves through defenders, passes to Sessa, who turns and shoots and scores. It was her second goal of the first half, a 6-point, tying her best performance of the season. Jumping now to the fourth quarter, Piper Boers intercepts a wavered pass, drives to the goal, and she shoots, finds the back of the net for her second goal, marking her second straight 2-goal outing. Boers passes it to the back line. Now Nemeth is there to score it. To cross it, to Amelia Albers, who taps it in for her first goal of the season. This was the Cats' best offensive showing of the year, beating their previous best of 7 goals. The number 1 ranked Wildcats will take a trip east to face off against both the Wolverines and the Spartans in the coming days.
Coming up, we'll check in on Tim Nolan's squad as they get in the brunt of Big Ten play.
Trying to work my way out of the prison system was the most difficult challenge of my life. It only became tangible once I became a Northwestern student.
One, two, three, four.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Welcome back to the show. You know, Raghav, we're in the same sports marketing class this quarter, and I want to apply some of those principles tonight.
All right, let's see what I can think of. I think we got the 4 Ps. We got audience segmentation. How about brand image?
I got some.
Okay.
I got some. All right, the 4 Ps. Product, SportsNight, obviously. Price, free for all. You're welcome, guys. Place, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out. And promotion, well, I think we've got the best salesman on this campus ready to pitch you on why this team might be the best in Northwestern history. Top-ranked Northwestern Field Hockey has been destroying every team they have faced so far this season. The Wildcats currently have a scoring differential of 57-8 and have shut out 10 of their 15 opponents. With more on Field Hockey's sizzling start, here's SportsNight's Brendan Preisman.
Thank you, Griffin, for that very flattering introduction. As you mentioned, the Wildcats are off to a sensational, scintillating start. This team is hot. HOT 15-0. Tracy Fuchs' squad is incredibly hot and ready to go as they've rattled off 15 consecutive victories. That's the best start to a season in program history, surpassing the 14-0 start from 1985. But unlike that season nearly 40 years ago, the Wildcats' wins have been both super graphic and ultra modern. They've won 10 games by multiple goals. So Northwestern has accomplished this incredible feat with dominant and destructive play on both sides of the ball. The Wildcats are 4th in goals per game this season at 3.8, but they're also 3rd nationally in goals allowed this season, Northwestern opponents have put up just 8 goals in 15 games, which is good for a mark of 0.53 goals allowed per game. The dominance may seem casual, but it's actually the Wildcats' guilty pleasure. Their 57 total goals are second most in the nation, behind only St. Joseph's, and the Hawks have allowed 13 more goals than the Wildcats have. The biggest reason for that is that only Northwestern employs the brick wall better known as Annabelle Skubish. Skubish has been a kaleidoscope of sorts for the Wildcats since 2021, making it impossible for Northwestern opponents to see into the back of the goal without getting dizzy. And the patterns the Skubish kaleidoscope creates looks a lot like zeros. She shut out 10 opponents already this year. That gives her 33 clean sheets for her career, 1 away from tying Northwestern's program record. And this season, she's been her typical excellent self, as consistent as morning coffee. She leads the nation in save percentage, which currently sits at a ridiculous 89.1%. But of course, the real shift has come on offense. Northwestern may not roster a red wine supernova, but Ashley Sessa has arguably been even more exciting and explosive. She just won her second Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week award on the heels of a 4-goal, 3-assist weekend. And that's arguably a quiet weekend for the spectacular sophomore from Schwenksville. She's the only player in the nation ranked in the top 10 in both goals and assists per game, and Michigan's Abby Tamer is the only other player in the top 15 in both categories. Now, while what we really need is a femininomenon, Sessa has been an absolute phenomenon in her first season in purple and white. But while Sessa's successes so far this season could stretch from here to California, it's time to look at the future of this season. Remember that 1985 season I mentioned earlier? Well, that year, the Wildcats won their 3rd straight Big Ten title and rumbled all the way to the NCAA semifinals before falling to Iowa. It may not be the Pink Pony Club, but Northwestern would like to keep on dancing a little longer than that this year. The Wildcats have clawed their way to the title game in the last 3 seasons, but have come away with the trophy in just one of those games. But this year, something feels a little different. Northwestern has met every challenge with aplomb and still hasn't really looked beatable. This year's national title game is slated for November 24th, and after midnight, as the calendar turns to the 25th, this team should be holding the hardware that officially makes them the best team in Northwestern history.
Thanks so much, Brendan. The Wildcats are taking a road trip to the Great Lakes State this weekend as they prepare to do battle with both Michigan and Michigan State. We'll see if the Cats can keep up this historic pace and bring home some hardware later this fall.
It hasn't been the easiest year for Northwestern volleyball, but let's see how they did in a couple of Big Ten home matches. Northwestern volleyball returns to Welsh Ryan Arena on October 16th, facing the Iowa Hawkeyes as it seeks to snap a 5-game losing streak. The Cats would hold on to take set 1, winning off a service error from Joy Gallus. But the Wildcats, looking to come out blazing in set 2, they go out 16-7 on a beautiful setup, finished off by Kennedy Hill. Northwestern, refusing to let up in this set, put the Hawkeyes in a 2-0 hole with a long, hard-fought set point. Despite Iowa's attempts at a last-ditch rally, the Cats eventually end things with a double block from Catherine Randorf and Sophia Summers to officially put it away. Here it is. Big-time block by the duo. The Hawkeyes, though, they flip the script in set number 3 as they look to wage a comeback. Here, Iowa's front row holds firm as Dominique Phyllis gets the kill to put the Cats down 5. Big-time shot by the Iowa player. Iowa seeking to hold on comfortably during set point, and Jenna Meitzer comes in clutch with a fabulous jump set to maintain the Hawkeyes' chances. A deadlock coming up in the 4th set. Iowa comes out of a timeout seeking its 4th straight point. The Hawkeyes are able to deliver, forcing an errant Northwestern pass out of bounds to take a slim lead. And that's caught by the WNUR broadcast, Brendan Preisman. The Cats do retake the lead shortly thereafter, and a Joy Gallus service error ends the Hawkeye hopes. Northwestern secures a much-needed victory with its 2nd conference win on the season, improving to 4-11 while sending the Hawkeyes to 9-10.
Sunday afternoon, it's a beautiful day outside, but we're heading right back into Welsh Ryan Arena with Northwestern taking on UCLA. First set, Cats down 5, and Kennedy Hill brings the energy, slams one down. But Northwestern now on the set point. Kennedy Hill again, but she gets called with a service error. And now it's going to be UCLA on the set point, looking to make something happen. Northwestern setting it up, but it's blocked. Drew Wright chasing it out of bounds. She can't get there. UCLA takes the first set. Tied up early in set 2. Sophia Summers slams one down off the UCLA player. Northwestern Cats feeling good. They've got set point again. Summers on the serve. UCLA with it. They get it over. Alexa Rousseau trying to set things up. Northwestern, but it goes out of bounds. Catherine Randorf, she saw an opening, couldn't connect, just wide. And the Bruins now looking to take another set. Rylan Reed setting it up, looking for Kennedy Hill. Her shot is blocked, and UCLA now up 2-0. Third set rolling around, and Northwestern just seemingly out of gas. UCLA finds the floor for the first point, and they just kept on rolling. The Bruins dominated the third set. Here's Leilani Dotson, the former Wildcat. She gets the kill there. She finished with 10 kills in her Evanston homecoming. And Northwestern 24-10 now down, seemingly too little, too late. Rylan Reed going up for it, but her shot will be blocked, and that will do it here. Bruins move to 9-8. Northwestern falls, unable to get a win streak going. The Cats began a tough 5-game stretch last night against number 15 Minnesota. The team lost in straight sets at home. Next up for Northwestern, a trip to Bloomington for a Sunday night showdown against the Indiana Hoosiers.
Coming up, a trip to the pitch as men's soccer seeks its second Big Ten win of the year.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Ready, set, go!
Welcome back to Sports Night.
Griffin, it's a great time to be a Chelsea fan. I've been feeling like Cole Palmer recently, a bit icy.
Is that the ice Trey, the Trey Young?
Cole Palmer, no?
I don't know who Cole Palmer is. I really only know Northwestern soccer. After a tough stretch of 4 Big Ten losses in a row, Russell Payne's squad has rebounded nicely with a 3-game unbeaten streak. The Cats would look to stay hot against ranked Michigan at home. Men's soccer was looking to keep their recent momentum going with another win when they hosted number 18 ranked Michigan last Friday. Jumping ahead 22 minutes into the first half, Northwestern threatening. Bryant Mayer sends a beautiful cross into the box, allowing Tyler Glassberg to capitalize and put the Cats up 1-0. Only a minute later, Northwestern set up with a corner kick. Van Deventer pass to McCamey, back to Van Deventer. Van Deventer sends a rocket in the hands of Isaiah Goldson, keeping the score 1-0 going into the half. Good chance there for the Cats. Beginning of the second half was more of the same. The Cats applying the pressure on the Wolverines defense. Awujo looking to make something happen, makes a move around the defender, sets up Tyler Glassberg who shoots, but another good save by the Michigan keeper to keep this one all tied up. It was Goldson's second save of the day. Wolverines here in the 86th minute. Jason Buckner dancing around, looking for something. His shot just over the net. And Northwestern will hold on, picking up their first win against Michigan since September of 2016 and a massive ranked win for Russell Payne's squad. After the gritty win against the Wolverines, the Cats have a matchup on tap with the nation's best as they travel to Columbus to take on Ohio State.
Following back-to-back losses to the California Big Ten teams, the Cats took on another state as they traveled across the lake to face off against Michigan and Michigan State. Northwestern went across Lake Michigan last Thursday to visit Ann Arbor for a Big Ten conference clash against the Wolverines. The Wildcats entered the matchup in search of their first win in 9 games as both teams seek to improve upon a poor run of form. Northwestern opens up the scoring in the 21st minute with a laser of a cross, which Emma Phillips heads in perfectly from 5 yards out. Northwestern up 1-0 early. Now in the 52nd minute, second half ball, Katerina Regazzoni wakes Michigan up, steals the ball in the attacking third. She deflects it to Alex Fallon, who doesn't forgive the hosts and doubles Northwestern's lead with a shot to the right corner of the net. And the Cats, they didn't want to take their foot off the gas. 14 minutes later, Fallon charges down the left wing. She cuts to the center of the pitch, redistributes the ball to Roche, who barrels downfield and buries the dagger as she enters the box. With 5 minutes to go now in the contest, Northwestern goalkeeper Riley Fitzpatrick, she's looking to keep Northwestern's clean sheet alive. She comes up with a big save off the long shot from Michigan to secure the clean sheet. The Cats gained their first 3 conference points in style on the road, closing out a 3-0 victory against Michigan in a key match, ending a winless streak that had stretched back nearly 2 months to September 8th.
Coming off its first Big Ten win of the season, Northwestern traveled to East Lansing to take on Michigan State. Wildcats threatening first. Josie Olesino passes to Alex Fallon. Olesino gets it back. She fires. The shot's quickly blocked, and that was Northwestern's only shot of the first half. Tough sledding. Michigan State now on the attack. Spartans finding an opening, but Riley Fitzpatrick does a great job diving, coming out of the goal. Ball passed back outside the 18. Spartans looking to make something happen. The shot saved by Fitzpatrick, and this one was tied up at 0 at the half. Neither team able to break through. Olesino running at midfield. Her pass intercepted in a dangerous spot. The Spartans get into attack mode, and they break quickly. Few passes down the field, and it sets up Bella Najera. Riley Fitzpatrick gets taken out by her own player, and Najera puts it in the back of the net. The Spartans taking a well-earned 1-0 lead. Still early in the second half, Northwestern in the final third. Olesino gets the ball outside the 18, moves to her left, shot with the left foot, but too easy of a save for Caitlin Parks. Northwestern still scoreless. They've got a free kick now. Olesino boots it in. Tana Shorenstein with the pass, but right into the hands of Parks once again. Nothing hard coming her way. And this one, as the clock would tick down to 0, Northwestern falls with the Spartans winning their second game in a row and Northwestern losing in tough fashion once again. Next up, their last and final state to fend off is their own. The Cats take on the Illini in their regular season finale on Sunday.
Northwestern Swimming and Diving hosted the University of Cincinnati in Evanston on Friday for its second meet of the season. The Cats, who sat at 1-0 following a dominant victory over Miami of Ohio, looking to continue a strong start to the year. Both the men's and women's teams secured comfortable victories over the Bearcats, with 188.5 points and 188 points respectively. On the men's side, the team of David Gerchik, Tyler Liu, Cade Duncan, and Stuart Seymour got off to a hot start, winning the 400 medley relay in the 3 minutes 10 seconds. Seymour also finished first in both the 100 butterfly and the 200 freestyle. Additionally, Joshua Staples emerged victorious in both the 500 and 1000 freestyles. On the women's side now, the team of Gray Davis, Sophie Martin, Nikki Venema, and Lindsay Irvin finished first in the 400 medley, while Luisa Lima won the 1000 freestyle and Sydney Smith placed first in the 200 freestyle for the second straight meet. 2 freshmen also clinched statement victories. Claire Mahawk placed first in the 200 backstroke, while Martin won the 200 breaststroke. The Cats are back in action November 8th when they travel to Durham for a meet with Duke.
On Thursday's women's cross country traveled to Peoria, Illinois to take part in the Bradley Pink Classic. As a team, Northwestern placed first overall in both the women's white and women's red races, both of which features over 30 schools. The Cats also featured both individual first-place finishers, with junior Mia Mraz winning the white race and senior Ava Earle winning the red race. In addition, Northwestern had one additional top 5 finisher in each race. Junior Serena Frawley took home 4th place in the white, while junior Maddie Whitman snagged 3rd in the red. Women's cross country will be back on the track in November, first to compete in the Big Ten Championships in Champaign, Illinois.
And here is how you can catch the Cats this weekend.
Field hockey hopes to keep up their good form as they travel to Ann Arbor on Friday.
Football wants to get back in that win column. They'll try to do so in Iowa City on Saturday at 2:30.
And fencing is hosting the Northwestern Fall Duels at Patton Gymnasium all day on Sunday. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Cats' best from the past week. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Kelly McEvers, founding host of the NPR podcast Embedded.
I'm James Edwards, host of the Unresolved podcast from Frontline.
I'm Antonia Cereijido, former senior producer of Anything for Selena podcast and current executive producer at Elias Studios.
My narrative, since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition, has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Welcome back to the show.
Sports Night couldn't be complete without one thing. You know what that is, Raghav.
Matt Saperstein?
No, he's here in the booth, but
okay.
It's Plays of the Week. Let's run it.
At number 3 this week, Elaine Valthuizen with the ball. She's going to look to pass. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Ashley Sessa, who passes it to Piper Boers, and she scores. A great passing display by the Cats in field hockey shutout win against the Stanford Cardinals.
At number 2, tie game between the Wildcats and the Wolverines. Bryant Mayer chips it, and Tyler Glassberg gets ahead on it to knock it past the keeper to help the Cats defeat Michigan.
And at number 1, who's it going to be? It's going to be women's soccer. Kennedy Roche deep in the corner. She crosses it towards the goal, and Emma Phillips comes flying in. She puts her body on the line to open up the scoring in women's soccer 3-0 win at Michigan.
That's all we have on this fine Thursday evening.
Thank you for tuning in to Sports Night. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @NNN_sports and on Twitter at @NNN Sports. For Griffin Senyek, I've been Raghav Khosla. See you soon, Evanston.